119.
Oh, great work from Rusty Jake after an errant first dart. It means that he will get 2 more match darts, assuming there's no mistake with the big number when he returns. Damon Heta, I think, probably knows the writing is on the wall. He's been lucky to get this
60.
far against the little man from Vienna. Double top. Doesn't like it. A little shuffle.
37.
And 2 more mismatched darts. And Damon Heta's charmed life continues. How much longer will it continue? He might be on the road back to his home in Leicestershire. Oh, well, the chance evaporates. Sharing a place with Duijvenbode, Damon Heta. There was a possibility the pair could meet in their board final on this board, but I don't think that is going to come to pass.
76.
Because how many chances does Rusty Jake need?
Game shot.
No more is the answer. Double 10 gets it done. A 6-3 victory for the little Austrian. And the Heat, the number 10 seed here today, is out in the very first round of Players' Championship 16.
Sure will need at least 1 treble to join him, but he will hope for better than that.
A couple of times he's hit the maximum, Ted
100.
Everts, and just sort of been baring his teeth and chuntering away to himself. He must know he's playing well. He just wants to make the most of it. And he is. 180. 140 out to win it. What an absolutely stunning way to close out the victory. Super Ted Everts. 180, 140 out, 6-1 victory against a former world champion. And it is Super Ted who goes through to round 2 to face Rusty Jake Rodriguez. Coming up in a moment, it's the World Match Play.
Hamper Danny Bagish here, having not won a match all week.
100.
1 leg to turn his work into some winnings in cash form. And he's thrown
48.
6 starts and none of them have found an intended treble.
He's lost his darts very early, and the gambler is now in the last chance saloon.
60.
Is Wilson the Maverick?
All in, Danny Bagish. Well, something's stopped him there. A little check. Not sure if something actually stopped him or whether he just stopped himself and thought, come on, Danny, stop just going through the motions and start firing.
72.
I was just going to say, whatever it was, it seemed to have worked, but the second and third dart let him down. Stubborn on the 60 from Wilson. I get the feeling that he should have gone down to the 19s with darts 2 and 3 to try and snag a 1-3-4.
98.
Well, that's the first visit from 4 where Bagish hasn't had a stray dart. All of James Wilson's have been straight, but has only found 1 treble before this visit in 9 darts. Goes somewhere to putting that right and ends up leaving a finish.
This one's going to the very end.
170.
Oh, what a 170 that is. I was just going to say it would be a brilliant time for a 180, but that bullseye has made things very, very doable for Danny Bagish. He's now in 2 dart range, and it's only a single and a double he requires, and he loves tops.
For a first win of the week. Double top. And Danny Bagish topples James Wilson, who had looked comfortable in the early part of the match, but Bagish refused to be beaten, refused to leave Milton Keynes empty-handed, and gets that elusive victory here at Milton Keynes, and will try to continue his run when he meets Duijvenbode in the second round.
When you see Robert playing like this, it makes you wonder, how did he not get through Q school?
180.
He's already answered the question of, do I still have it? Can he still contend? Well, we don't miss the treble 20 in this leg, apparently. We still don't. That's 3 in this leg. Come on, Dave, make it 4. You know it makes sense. I can't believe it was Dave that
100.
stopped that trend, but this is for a 9. Treble 19. Double 12. Oh, Robert!
29.
You teased us! He thought that that was going. So did I, and so did Dave. He just hasn't been at the same level.
$96.
Very, very steady from Dave. He gets the really explosive start and backs up the 180 with 2 very tidy shots. Robert needs the lot.
140.
All he can do is equalise. The destiny of this game is no longer in his hands. It's firmly in Dave's. Double 18.
Game shot.
Masterfully done by Professor Chisnall. He wins 6 legs to 4 against one of his foes from yesteryear. Robert will hopefully return at some point in this season, but he will have to wait for a phone call. As for Dave Chisnall, he's through, and he will play the winner of our next match here on Stream 2, which follows very, very short. The job. That's what Andrew does. Now, Vandervort is not going to get a shot for this 164, which he missed earlier, and he's made a bit of a mess of that one. He gives it a thumbs up, somewhat ironically.
Treble 20. Does he go tops this time? Again, it's a half-hearted
60.
attempt. He will leave himself on tops for the match, but the question is, will he get a go at it?
This would be some save. Got to be careful. That's why he steps to the left. Now he goes back to the right, does he? Tops to save it.
Okay.
Oh, what a shot! That is as good as a 120. You will see 3 darts in 3 different angles. That is perfect, with no interference from any other flight or stem or barrel. Beautifully done from Vandervort to stay in the match.
Absolutely magnificent. Vincent Vandervort.
Well, Gilding's got a bit of a problem on 308. It's not just the fact that he is well behind now, but he has to try and leave a finish from 308. It's a very difficult thing to do. That maximum from Vandervort, what a time to get your first maximum, the last opportunity.
What are you doing here, Andrew? Oh, well, if he'd gone the 18s,
100.
he would have had a chance of leaving a finish. He didn't. The maths was wrong. And Vincent Vandervort, I'd go bull first dart here, to be honest. Guarantee a dart at the outer ring. But
43.
in the end, he can just do whatever he wants, because Gilding isn't there ready to pounce.
If Gilding isn't going to get out of jail here somehow, he's going to be beaten by Vandervort for the 2nd consecutive day after playing
94.
extremely well and better today than yesterday.
Well, to kill this off,
$20.
and he can't do it. And Vincent Vandervort, you can't let a man averaging 100 have a crack at a 1 treble finish, because Andrew Gilding, surely the chances are he gets a match dart. Treble 18 has to be hit. But it doesn't, and that is a huge miss. He couldn't take out 100. He couldn't take out 114. Andrew Gilding has had the chances to win this. He hasn't taken them.
Well, Vandervort's already had the chance at tops with 3. It's only 1 he needs
Game
at double
shot and
10,
match
and he
with
gets out of
Vandervort.
jail somewhat. He was behind
Good game.
by 5 legs to 4, wins the last 2 to progress to play Dave Chisnall in.
Like that all the way through this game. 57 needed. He's got it. Double top.
96.
And again, he has dragged one down at tops from a combination finish. He did it on 118 earlier on in the match. Lost the leg. He's done it on 116 here.
$69.
But 2 misses from Ron the Bomb, and I think it's curtains. Gerwyn Price,
Game
the
shot
world
on the match,
champion,
Gerwyn
books his place in the last 16. It is another magnificent display from the Iceman. He averages 110 as he dispatches Ron the Bomb, and he moves.
93. $58.
Missed opportunity. Only 5 points in it. Rob Cross, not a man likely to make a silly mathematical error here. Where's he looking? Yeah, he went for the 18s. It's the right decision, but he was
78.
unable to execute. He's trying to give himself the best chance mathematically of leaving himself a finish.
57.
But Michael Smith can't take advantage. Kicked off with a 180 and has thrown 6 darts and hasn't found a big treble, and he's confused how that's happened.
100.
So valuable, that last dart. Rob Cross should get a match dart. Where have they gone, Michael Smith? Well, finally the big treble is here, and he's got a 1 treble finish. Rob Cross, standard response, is going 20s here, but he's gone 18s and gambled. It's paid off. Match darts, 2 of them. Double 18 the target to win again.
Game shot and
that's exactly what he's done. Rob Cross continues this incredible record against Michael Smith, but much more than that, he continues his sparkling form this week in Milton Keynes.
And that's why he can still produce that when his back's against the wall. Gerwyn Price not going to surrender this easily. But yeah, great point, Dan. The only time that he beats him is when he's world number 1 and world champion. He hasn't played him since then.
$96. $91.
Well, we've already seen a game won in a last leg decider on a 170 because Peter Wright did that earlier on.
140.
Did it to beat Ryan Joyce. Can Dirk van Duijvenbode produce the biggest checkout in the game? The elusive big fish, the 170? No, he can't.
40.
45. 20. That's better. Double 5 to stay alive.
80.
Well, he couldn't get the big fish. Can he get the little fish?
Double chance shot. He's got another chance at the treble 20. It's a chance that he's taken, and it leaves the bullseye for victory. And Dirk van Duijvenbode dumps out Gerwyn Price. 5 years of trying at the 11th attempt, and the Titan sees off the Iceman finally for the first time, and you can see that means a lot to Big Dirk.
Excellent. Perfect. Sublime from Snakebite. A 4-leg lead, a 136 checkout. Absolutely wonderful stuff from Peter Snakebite Wright.
80.
Smaller finish, but some would say a harder one. Some would say the hardest one. But Peter Wright nearly picked it off, and I think Callan Rydz thought he was going to, judging by the look on his face. To end the trend.
70.
Couldn't do it. And he looks very, very frustrated. Callan Rydz, he's been taught a darting lesson here by Peter Wright, who allows himself the luxury of splitting the shots. Steps across, not a care in the world in comparison to the antics of his opponent. Peter Wright.
125.
And that's what he'll be looking for when he returns, to really apply maximum pressure on this 130 finish. Oh no, Peter, he's thinking Callan Rydz. Please stop.
180.
But he just will not relent. Well, fair enough if he can take this out. Brilliant stuff from Rydz.
125.
But he clips the wire, and Peter Wright can hit double top and move within a leg of completing a devastating whitewash win.
Game shot.
Over the 22-year-old Callan Rydz. Well, he wants to just ask a question.
140.
To avoid the whitewash. And he's
28.
unable to do it. And you can tell that that's what's in his mind at the moment. He does not want to walk out of that booth with a 0 next to his name. Almost pulled the board off with the darts then. The aggression as he pulled them out. Not happy at all, Callan Rydz. Peter Wright could seal the deal here.
Game shot.
And Wright runs riot over Rydz. A 7-0 success. It's a whitewash. It's a right wash. And Peter Wright moves into the final. Breezes past Rydz to book his place in the tournament decided today. Last time we were here in Milton Keynes, Peter Wright won on the final day of Super Series action. He could do it again. And he's